Hey, what's up Dragon Ball fans and collectors? DBZ Collector here, and we're back again for another edition of my figure rundown segments. And this time we'll be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Jiece, everybody's favorite long-haired space Aussie. Now Jiece marks the second member of the Ginyu Force to be released following Captain Ginyu. He is a much welcome addition to the SH Figuarts line, especially after Demoniacal Fit came out with their own version last year. One of the biggest highlights of this figure has got to be all the accessories he comes with. Tamashii definitely did their best to pack in a bunch of great stuff with this figure. Right out of the box we have Jiece with his smirking expression and green scatter on. The hair on this guy is very nicely sculpted. I will say though that the back part of the hair, being that Jiece is on the shorter side, it does cause the figure to be a bit back heavy. Because of this, it will take some balancing for him to be able to stand upright and for that matter even pose in different positions. As usual, Tamashii did a great job on the faces and capturing Jiece's expressions. Unlike the Bardock figure however, there is not an optional ear accessory, so Jiece can only be posed with his scouter attached. The paint applications on Jiece are pretty simple. In all actuality, most of the colors on Jiece are just the casted plastic parts. From the whites on his hair, gloves, boots, and armor, to his red skin tones and black undershirt, sleeves, and crotch area. So needless to say, there is little to no paint shading on this figure at all. He does, like the Captain Ginyu, have the Ginyu Force emblem on his armor, which is more of an applied decal, similar to how the eyes are done. Now for Jiece, it doesn't appear that you can actually remove the neck peg from the hairpiece itself, and the neck also has a different peg hole than the rest of the SH Figuarts figures, so head swaps for this figure are most likely not possible. Now the back hairpiece does have some articulation, being on a ball hinge that allows it to move up and down as well as slightly pivot from left to right. The head is on the basic ball joint, so Jiece can look down and side to side, but because of the hair he is not able to look straight up. The armor pads are securely clipped on and can move all the way up without them falling off. There is a butterfly joint at the shoulders, but because of the design of the armor it is hindered slightly when extending out forwards. The rest of the arms are the same as the other Figuarts with the bicep swivel. We do have our double jointed elbows and a single ball peg at the wrists. There's an ab crunch allowing just to bend forward this much and also backward this much. We do have our butterfly joint for the legs, thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and a single ball peg for the feet. Now for the accessories for the Jiece figure, for the faces he comes with one smirking face, one yelling face, one surprised face, one side glancing yelling face. For the hands we have two fist hands, two blasting hands, two gripping hands, two open palm hands, two posing hands, one briefcase holding hand. Now as I mentioned before, Jiece does come with a lot of additional accessories. We do have these two swappable armor shoulder pads for poses, the 2-star Namekian Dragon Ball, the Scouter briefcase, Fire Crusher Ball effect, an accessory clip for the Fire Crusher Ball effect, a swappable back flight stand adapter piece, and also a Ginyu Goku head. You'll definitely want to take care when putting on the swappable armor pads. Removing the original ones is easy enough. Just slowly pull up at a bit of an angle and they'll pop right off. For the swappable pads, first make sure to position Jiece's head so that his hair is facing towards the opposite direction. As well as you'll want to line up the armor pad with the armor on his chest so you can place it straight down on the clip. Do the same for the other side. It might take a little wiggle work to get in correctly, but do not add too much pressure or you may damage the piece. These armor pads do have slight articulation, but mainly you will have them in the upright affixed position when doing Jiece's signature poses. Of course, with the armor pads now in an upright position, this will hinder Jiece's head movement, allowing him to only move his head up and down. We were also given some additional pieces to help for posing with the Fireball Crusher effect. Here we have this effect accessory clip, which pegs into the Crusher Ball here. After you put the correct hand on the figure, you can clip the effect with the accessory piece attached right at the wrist. Personally, I wouldn't suggest to clip the piece on the glove, but right here at the wrist of the hand, just to avoid stretching out the clip piece too much. We were also given the back flight adapter piece. So with this, you can easily pull off the original back piece and peg in this one. This will allow you to pose Jiece a bit easier without the need for an arm clamp, similar to how Piccolo is. So you might have noticed that the Scouter briefcase is actually one solid piece, and that the handle for the briefcase doesn't actually unlatch. So in order to get the handle in the hand specified for holding the briefcase, you will have to stress the opening of the hand. One way to do this is just to push the handle against the bottom opening of the hand and just wiggle it in a bit until you can get the thumb over the handle. Peg the hand in, and just like that, Jiece is ready for business. Another way, if you're scared of stressing the plastic too much, is you can warm up the hand in either warm water, and that'll soften up the plastic and allow you to push the handle right in. To relieve the hand of the briefcase, you will just need to add pressure when pushing it out of the hand. Now, this accessory here was a pretty nice added bonus, and that is the Ginyu Goku head. The head itself is all just one piece, so you're not able to swap the faces on it, unfortunately. If you do happen to have a spare Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku lying around, this head was made specifically for that body. However, it will fit on other Goku bodies such as the Super Saiyan Blue 2.0 figure, as well as the Bardock figure, which I showed in my previous video. If you're looking to complete the Ginyu Force, I would definitely say to pick this figure up. From the look of the figure, he's pretty spot on to the anime, and he comes with a crazy amount of accessories. The swappable armor pieces work great if you really want to get in those Ginyu Force poses. The Fireball Crusher effect along with the accessory clip and flight adapter back piece also make for a great combination for dynamic mid-air poses, and the Ginyu Goku head is just a nice bit of icing on the cake for all those who have an extra body lying around to throw the head on. I will say that I do wish the hair didn't make him so top heavy, because it does make it difficult to balance and pose without the use of a stand, but that is usually to be expected of figures that have a big volume of hair. Above all else, Jiece is another solid figure released by Tamashii. Now, the question that I got asked most about this figure was how does he compare to the Demoniacal Fit version? While I no longer own the Demoniacal Fit Jiece figure, having both in hand, I can say without a doubt that the official trumps over the Demoniacal Fit version. All of my joints in the official release are solid, not overly tight, but also no looseness in the figure. The official release is also a bit more proportionate, as it's not as bulky in the upper torso as the Demoniacal Fit one was. With all the added accessories of the official release, like the swappable armor pads, it does make posing easier. However, both face the issue of being top heavy with the hair, though the official release definitely has more volume in terms of hair size and weight than the Demoniacal Fit version. Now, in terms of size and height, I'd say just from eyeing them both, they're not too far off from each other. Though if I did have the option of getting the Demoniacal Fit version or the Tamashii Nations, I would definitely go with the official release. So that will conclude the rundown on this Jiece figure. If there are any topics or extra details you'd like me to include in these rundown segments, let me know and I'll consider putting them in future videos. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like, comment, and or subscribe. Make sure to turn on all notifications to get updates on all my new posts and videos when they come out. But until then, I'll see you guys next time.